Now, I know this video is late, especially considering the topics at hand, and I am sorry for this. There's a lot of complications in my personal life. Without further ado, let's just get into this three-topic session. Fuck! Alright, so this Eminem shit happened about a month or so ago. People aren't really talking about it much anymore because it's past, but fuck it. I have something I want to say on it. Now, about a month or so ago, a lot of people on TikTok, mainly kids, Gen Z, however fucking old they are, I don't know, tried to cancel Eminem. Yes, over all the years of, like, religious groups, parental groups, all these people trying to cancel and end this man's career over the years, yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of fucking kids on TikTok that do it. Obviously, I'm not serious when I say that, and if you know anything about what's happened with it, you knew that the man blew these fucking kids out of the water. But I just kind of find it funny how this is something that's actually fucking happening. This is something that actually fucking happened, and it'll probably happen again, all because of a song from, like, what, 7 years ago? Like, I know it's less than 10 years ago at this point. But, I don't know. This bugs me. This bugs me that it just seems like, as of late, people are trying really damn hard to find excuses to cancel people, especially people that are more popular with, like, millennials and such. Those seem to be the topic or the target of a lot of cancel culture these days. Do I think cancel culture has its place or has some level of, like, effectiveness or whatever? It can, depending on how it's used. Like, if it's someone that genuinely needs to be deplatformed, or someone that genuinely does not deserve the place that they are at, or, you know, something like that. Like, if someone is actually a bad fucking person, then I guess maybe go ahead and do that. But if it's someone that's just making some fucking songs and clearly can't be canceled because people have been trying to do it for years and he's still kicking, then why even fucking bother? And again, all these other groups have tried to do it with Eminem specifically over the years. But yeah, fucking bunch of Gen Z kids on TikTok are gonna cancel Eminem, yeah. Now, he did actually end up dropping, like, an animated music video for one of his songs, I guess as a response to the whole, like, people trying to cancel him thing. At least that's what I read. I can't confirm that entirely, but I watched that video, I listened to the song with it, and yeah, this shit's good. Yeah, funny enough, I'm not someone that gets offended by Eminem songs, whatever. In fact, I grew up on that shit, and even today, that shit's still fucking fire. But that's pretty much all I can say on this specific topic, really. It was dumb. I know I just spent the past, like, 3 or 4 minutes rambling just to say that, but yeah, it's fucking dumb. That's probably going to be the least in-depth topic that we go into in this video, so look forward to that, I guess. The Lola Bunny redesign for the new Space Jam movie. Now, this is the section of the video that actually is the reason why it took so goddamn long for this to come out, because I was originally supposed to collab with someone on this video, but I lost contact with them. Now, full transparency here, I have not seen the new Space Jam movie. Fuck, I don't even know if the new Space Jam movie is even out as of the date of this recording and upload. But I'm gonna just go off of what little I do know for this section. Now, I have seen the original movie, but that was about 10 years ago. Anyways, so I see this redesign, and I see the reasoning behind it was to try and desexualize the character of Lola Bunny, which other, like, depictions of the character have been able to do that perfectly fine without having to go with this drastic change, but okay. And all I can say is that if, like, I don't know if this is the case, because again, I haven't seen the movie, but if she acts exactly the same as she did in the original movie in the sequel, then you haven't really accomplished desexualizing the character. Now, from what I remember of the film, a lot of what makes Lola Bunny like kind of that like sexy or seductive character that people like to paint her to be in the original movie wasn't just her appearance, but it was a lot of how she acted with the other characters. Again, going off of what I remember. So if the only thing that's changed about her is her visual design, but you keep the character exactly the same, then that's just it. You still have a sexualized character in a children's movie. With what it looks like to me, this redesign looks like she's younger, if anything, which in that situation, in that scenario, all you've done is give a younger looking design to a sexualized character. You've sexualized a young looking design. Now, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. And if you know anything about, like, the kind of communities that I'm in, then you know that we get backlash all the fucking time for having, like, young-looking characters be sexualized. I don't agree with it, but that's just whatever, that's me. So you're essentially going from, oh, this voluptuous bunny character is sexualized to, oh, this young-looking bunny character is now sexualized. You've essentially made a problem that was already bad in your eyes and made it fucking worse. I don't even know how the hell you accomplish that. Oh, I know how, because you think that the only thing that makes a character sexualized is fucking titties. I could be entirely wrong on how this character is on both the original film and the new movie. Again, it's been about a decade since I saw the original film, and I still have yet to see the sequel. But if by some fucking miracle I'm right, then yeah, you failed in your goal, because instead of desexualizing the character like you wanted to, you've instead given a more youthful appearance to a character that's still the same. And even then, even if you did change how the character behaved, like, if you actually had the writing to change the character's, like, personality and behavior, then you didn't need to go through with the visual design change. Like, a female character having titties doesn't automatically make them sexualized. Alright, that's the point I was gonna make on that. Let's move on to the final thing. Okay, so if you forgot about this one, or if you didn't know about this one, I don't fucking blame you, because this one was actually really dumb. The company behind, I guess the now Potato Head toy, back when it was like Mr. Potato Head, decided they were going to rebrand to simply Potato Head for the sake of making the toy gender neutral. So, you know, something that could be played with by both boys, girls, non-binary, whatever. First off, this is a fucking toy. And it's a toy that people didn't really have any complaints about, from what I could tell. Hell, there wasn't any news or anything about this whole Potato Head thing and its gender or whatever until this happened. Now, on the whole, like, oh, boys and girls could play with it, wasn't that the purpose of having both Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head? Like, wasn't there both a male and female equivalent with this toy? And, second off, like, from what I can see from, like, you know, packaging and such of the toy after the rebranding, it still prominently comes with the same it still, like, for the most part, comes with the same pieces as the original Mr. Potato Head, so it still comes with, like, the mustache and all that other shit. So even then, just going off of that alone, haven't really accomplished anything? It's the same fucking toy? I don't get it. Like, I don't get why this is such a big deal to the company. Like, they're not gonna make any more or any less money off of this fucking name change. It's a fucking Mr. or Mrs. or I guess now just plain old Potato Head. Kids are gonna eat that shit up, especially thanks to, like, the Toy Story movies, because as I know for a fact that this is a character in those movies. I watched them. Like, there's no point in doing this. There's no point in doing this. I don't know. I'm just fucking waking up as I'm recording all of these, so I'm incoherent as fuck. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, my thoughts on all of the topics that we've talked about here today is that they're all really fucking stupid. This is probably the dumbest one of them all. This fucking potato head thing, like, it's a fucking toy. Not only that, it's a toy that, like, there's nothing stopping you from giving a girl or gender neutral or whatever a Mr. or a Mrs. Potato Head. Most of the time, if a kid that's into this is like has that kind of thing going on, they're still not gonna give a shit about the toy that you give them. Like, I guarantee you that if you give like a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old a Mr. Potato Head, they're not gonna look at their parents and be like, mommy or daddy or whatever, be like, why is this potato a boy? It's a fucking plastic potato. Dude, come on.